So this is Roomba 530 vacuum. I started changing the batteries. As you can see, there's 4 marked up cells that were dead cells. So I just measured the voltage on them, and the ones that were below 1.2, I marked them. So then I got some other cells from another battery charger for a trimmer. Okay, which I had 3 of. So the ones with X are the ones that I replaced. You can see 1.3, 1.2. Anyway, so I had a cell, so I started doing that. I figured since I have extra cells now, so out of 3 of the trimmer ones, I got 2 going. So obviously I had cells left over. So this is kind of fast, but you see the finished product. Replace the cells and put it back in. So there is not much to it as far as replacing the cells. You just cut the link in between and then solder them together. You just do a little filing of the plate where the solder connection is going to be, and put a little bit of solder on and solder them together. So after I put it back together, charge it up, and it wouldn't go. It just went kind of in circles. So there was a sensor problem. So that's when I started taking it apart. And as you can see, I ended up cleaning all the sensors, and that didn't help it. So this switch right here that you're going to see right now, that was the culprit. It was the bumper switch, the one I'm holding there in hand. And so you see, I took it apart, took the cover off, the little clips, took it off, and you can see inside there's a lever and there's a little board on the bottom of it, right there, with the wires going to it. So I removed the clip, the spring, and then moved up the circuit. And there is you see the 2 diodes there. Those are for the emitter and for receiver diode. So the for emitter diode was bad. So where do I find one? Well, I happen to have an old 4310 model, and that has those LEDs. Figured out right there, which is this emitter, which is the receiver. Took it apart. There is a couple screws on the bottom and this one right there. So took it off, and there is the
if your Roomba does this
on the lower side, and the far side is the receiver. So just the transmitter or the emitter. So then I had to put it back together, and it worked. That's really good to see. So
instead of cleaning.
Really good to see. So, but actually, this is for the video when it wasn't working.
So remove the bin.
You can see how it was just going in circles.
Loosen.
They call it dance 9.
The 4 screws.
Error. So after a while, like a couple minutes, it would just stop. Then it would beep 9 times, and the red light will come on.
Lift the cover.
As you will see in subsequent video.
And what you want to do is check all the sensors. So there's a
long enough so that it stops and gives you the beeps. And you can count them.
There is a sensor.
Okay.
There is a sensor.
If it gives you 9 beeps, then
there is a sensor.
that means it's the one of the sensors. usually a bumper sensor or the
switches.
cliff sensors. So these videos now
on the bumper
are how I took it apart.
Something, okay. And also
actually clean the sensors.
The sensor under here
clean the
detects motion of this.
Blew everything out.
Let's remove this. The
So
sensor is
at
down
least
there.
I ended up taking it all apart.
Okay, so
completely.
Gonna get a Q-tip.
In the pictures there.
And we will
so I took the pictures first and then the videos. So that's why they're
just
quite in order.
Regular.
So you saw the picture
alcohol.
About last picture there.
And a Q-tip.
With a pile of parts. That was. And in this picture you see that purple light. Well, that's the infrared transmitter. So you can tell that those are working. Now with those you cannot see it with naked eye. But when you take a video of it or a picture,
I cleaned it and I'm just gonna go with the dry one.
You can see that the transmitter is working on those cliff sensors. Cliff sensors are the ones that if you're gonna hangs off the stair or something, it'll stop. I mean, before it when it sees a cliff drop, it stops right away and backs up. So those are those. Then the wheel sensor. There's I didn't count them, but there's quite a few sensors, more than a dozen sensors on there. So those were not the culprit, but I cleaned them anyway.
Also make sure you clean this wheel, because notice it's got black and white spot.
Wow. Bumper,
if it doesn't
bumper around it, when it
see the
touches
difference,
hits a thing, it stops and
as it goes around.
One of those was always on.
You will think it's not moving.
So it had the bumper against something all the time, so it was just going around in circles and backing up.
Some more.
Trying to get away from whatever was pushing its bumper, but there was nothing pushing it. It was always on, so that's why it dances and just circles around like dizzy.
Okay.
So anyway, so that was it. So you can see how I was cleaning the sensors with a Q-tip and rubbing alcohol. The lenses here and the wheel. So this is part of the bumper right here.
So then make sure that everything turns. The
screws.
The wheels are not stuck with a bunch of hair. Make sure that this can turn. Okay.
So that was it, and the way I figured out what it was is I
just replaced the battery. Actually replaced
online, and I found a
4 cells
diagnostics
that were dead.
or service manual.
It charged now and it's going, except now it gets confused. So I'm gonna put it together.
There, it shows you, and you can download it. I can I'll put a link.
Let you watch as I put it together
for that document. So you can put the iRobot robot.
Okay, so just
iRobot Roomba
goes on top
in this diagnostics mode by holding.
It's kind of hard to do it with one hand. Just snug them.
The clean
over
button, the middle button, and the dock together, and then hitting the which one is the button? Let's see.
Okay, I'll put this button.
Spot.
Okay, just snaps in.
Spotlight. Oh, the spotlight.
Right, put
hit that 6 times.
Brush back on.
It goes into the diagnostics mode, and then it leads you through how to advance to the next one. You push dock to the next test, and basically one of the tests is you actually
back in.
The first test actually is the bumper sensors.
So all in one hand.
You push on the left side. You see
down, turn it on.
The dog will come on. You push on the right side, and you see the spot, the light on. Except that the spot light is on the whole time.
And you want to make sure when you
push the
remove
right side,
the brush.
So that's how I knew that sensor is always on. Anyway, so when I took it apart, the switch shows
brush is not turning.
Before I took it all apart, it shows the battery. Put it back in. And, another video shows it taking the wheels off and blowing them out because there's sensors.
I'll put it together as well. And let you see it.
So if
to clean the wheel sensors inside.
Sensors they're there,
take
not working,
one,
locked, or actually malfunction. Then it will take the wheel is stuck, so it will always
pull it out, and there's
turn on, move around
more screws here once
boost itself, and if it can't, then it will come up with error.
So it comes out just like that.
So it's testing itself all kinds of ways.
And there's a plug.
It's pretty sophisticated.
Alright,
so for every test, there is a pass or fail. So when it turns on and it starts running, and sometimes something ends up being wrong, it will figure it out soon enough. Then it will try to tell you what it is. You can also
so now we need
how it talks by
take this screw out here.
And it'll sometimes tell you what's wrong.
Lift this out.
But anyway, this diagnostic test is just there's automatic and manual advanced through all the tests. You can see it in the document.
Then you can get these here. Take this apart. Sensors are inside.
This is after I put all the pictures and the video together.
Actually, and this
together into one video.
Model.
So now I'm playing the video and
530.
The pictures and this audio, this video. So actually, you have two videos.
The sensor is right here.
In these videos.
So I'm going to take
stop talking
this apart. So I'm just going to take it and blow out all this dirt here.
Short videos that I put together. Alright, so anyway, below is a link to the document.
So we don't have to take this apart, I'll just clean this up.
Roomba,
okay.
iRobot.
So I'll take it out the garage and use compressed air to blow that out. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side for the other wheel. Okay, so I take the compressed air and we're gonna clean all that out. And also in here. And then we'll do the same thing on the other wheel. Okay, so this here just needs to be wiped out before we put the wheel back. So put the wheel back in and tighten the 3 screws. This one, and that one. Again, don't over tighten them. Just make them snug. Okay, so I'm going to take this other one out. Same way. One. the screws stay in there, so you have to take them out. They're retained. And 3. I'll just pull it out, okay? So that's all we need to do. Now we're gonna take it out to compressed air and do the same thing in here, because that's where the sensors are. It was the other one that was dirtier. And then also we're gonna get all this dirt out here. So okay, and then we're gonna wipe this out, put it back together. Go for it.